Hello, this is Mark from HL Laser. Today I will show you how to set up HL1060D laser cutting machine. First, I would like to introduce the machine. In the front of the machine, this is the radar RD6445 control panel, and we also have the e-stop, the laser switch, the rotary switch to control the rotary axis, and the socket switch is control the back socket of the machine, and this one is digital emitter. Normally we need to twist the button like this to enable the machine power on, and this laser switch is control the laser power on or off. Turn the key to the 3 o'clock position to turn on the laser. This is the back socket of the machine and controlled by the socket switch as mentioned just now. You only have the power output by enable the socket switch on. On the right side of the machine, we have few control buttons. This is the switch to control the exhaust fan at the back of the machine, and this is the lighting switch to control the light, and this one is U-disc. You can insert the U-disc with fire and controlled by the DSP controller. And this one USB is the laptop connection via USB cable, and this one is the connection via the Ethernet cable to your laptop. This is the exhaust fan of the machine at the back and controlled by the switch at the right side. The benefit of the fan switch is it allows you to control the fan when you're cutting or engraving. When the machine in the idle, you can turn it off to reduce the noise. This is above housing we call the laser tube housing. It was locked by 2 key lock. The purpose is to keep the people safe, and only authorized person can open it. Now I will open it and look inside. To protect the laser tube safe in the transportation, we put many sponge to keep the laser tube safe. So when you receive the machine, you need to remove them, and dust protection bag on the laser tube, also on the mirror A. Okay, now I will remove them and go to next step. When you remove the protection pack, you need to careful the back. Please do not touch the adjustment knob. This will impact the laser pass potentially. The liquid inside the tube, the kind was in red color or pink. It's the coolant. When we do the test, left there. You don't need to worry that and don't need to do anything. Just filling the coolant to the chiller of yours. After that, I will close the laser tube housing. And lock it for your safety. In the next step, we'll look at the power connection. In this chart, please connect the air compressor and the exhaust fan. If you buy it additionally to the socket or outlet of the machine back, and please do not connect the water chiller to the machine back. And this one is the main power outlet of the machine, and this one is for the ground line. Connect to the ground line and keep the machine safe. And this is the main power switch. When you power on the machine, you will need to hook up this switch like this. At the moment, I don't want to hook up the machine, so turn it down. When you receive our HL laser machine, you may receive a different type of power cord. For example, if you receive the power cord like this plug C or E is for the European country to 20 volt. And this one we call the plug I for the customer living in Australia. And this plug we call the plug B. It's for customer in the United States for 110 voltage. In the States, there are two kinds of voltage, 110 or 220. Sometimes the 110 is used in the home and the 220 in the shop. If we order the voltage with the 220 volt, but you using in your home, we offer the transformer. The transformer is like this. This is the plug plug B, and the voltage is 110 to 220. This only for the machine is 220 or 240 volt input, and you have the 110 outlet in your home, you need to use the transformer. The next step, I will connect the air compressor, the power cord to the back of the outlet of machine. Also connect the air pipe to the compressor. And this is the air pipe, and connect to the compressor. Also put the socket plug to the outlet. Also connect the main power socket. And then I will connect the water chiller. In this flow chart, you need to connect the water out. This is the water out of the laser machine to the water in of the water chiller. This is the water in of the laser machine, this pipe. Okay, so generally speaking, the water chiller and the laser machine, it need make a workflow as a unit. So the connection need to be reversed. The water in of the water chiller to the water out of the laser machine, and vice versa. And then I will put the power cord to the socket of the water chiller. The water chiller has the product label at the back. So this is the 220 volt water chiller and the 50 Hertz. This is for the customer in the Europe and Australia. If you live in the States or Canada, you will receive the water chiller in 110 volt and 60 Hertz. In front of the water chiller, we normally check the liquid gauge and make sure the water level is on the normal. And now you can see the water level is quite low, and in the alarm portion, the impact is you had no sufficient liquid flow into the pipe to the laser tube. That potentially the laser tube will not be cooled enough and cracked. This is the filling hole. Input fill the coolant to the water chiller.
起来了没？
Okay, you can see the water flow is going up to the normal. And some customer ask a question, how much liquid you need to input or fill into the chiller. We suggest to fill 6 liter or 7 liter to the chiller is okay. We'll install the foil flexible duct to the fan, and this is 150 millimeter diameter or 6 inch diameter. To do so, I will unlock the panel by unlock the 2 key switch. After unlock, I hold the panel partially and install the socket. Lock the fasten screws with the nuts. It's quite simple. Okay, the exhaust for your flexible duct installation is done. Just in case you buy the separate exhaust fan, the stone model, you can contact. You can connect to the stone exhaust fan and exhaust the polluted air to outside the windows. The next step, I will open the machine lid and disassemble the protection material of the laser head. Okay, we'll need to remove the protection back from the mirror B, also the mirror C. When you remove, please do the same. Make sure to be careful. Do not touch the adjustment knob that potentially impact the laser pass. Okay. To start the laser machine, please make sure to hook up the main power. In our practice, we prefer to start the water treater before power on the laser machine. We usually let the water treater working for a few minutes, maybe 3 to 5 minutes, and enable the water coolant goes through the entire laser tube and exhaust the air bubble inside the tube. Then we start the laser machine. And now I'm ready to start the laser machine. Twist the stop clockwise. And the panel working. One, open the machine lid. The laser head is go to the top right for the homing process. That's the home position for the machine. After the homing process, the laser head will go to the work origin. This green switch we call the homing switch for X-axis, and this one for the Y-axis. Every time when you start the laser machine, the laser head will go to the home position by clicking to finish homing process correctly. The laser head will need to trigger the switch. Correctly, also in the Y, like this. Only the home switch was triggered and has the signal output to the radar control panel. The process can finish and you got a home position with 00. After that, you go to the work origin like this. Right now the work origin shows the X is 336 and Y is 199 something. That's the work origin. In some case, you have the issue when the laser head go to the home position and but it cannot. It's bounce back from the edge. Also happen the click sound. That's because either the switch did not work, or the small metal piece did not contact by the laser head.
什么颜色？
This piece. I move it. Here you can see the piece was triggered by the laser head, the black piece on the black block of the linear guide. Okay, now I will talk about autofocus a bit. This is the autofocus. When you perform the autofocus, the table was lifted and the material surface will going up and trigger the switch from autofocus, and it will give the signal and ask the table going down for a certain distance. After that, the material will reach the focus point. For this process, I have two things to highlight. The first one is make sure the honeycomb cable is inside the machine. Leave some gap between the machine frame edge and the honeycomb table, because if the table was underneath the frame, you cannot have the autofocus work correctly. The honeycomb table will be jammed inside the frame. The second thing is when you do the focus, you need to make sure the autofocus is on the middle of material. If you perform the autofocus process like this and the material edge was not under autofocus probe, the probe will get stuck into the honeycomb table and may damage the laser head because the table was always going up and didn't have the signal to stop. So if you make the autofocus like this, that's wrong, and this way is correct. The material is under the autofocus probe. On the next step, I will talk about the laser fire a little bit. In this schematic, the laser fire was controlled by the key switch and water sensor, openly switch, and the potentiometer. So first step, turn the switch on, and this one is openly switch. Press down to active, and emitter has the control of the laser power. I turn the diode clockwise to the maximum. Water sensor is controlled or related to the water treater. Most of case, if you have the water treater turned on, the water sensor will work. So let's check. The laser switch is on, and openly switch is work. Press down, and potentiometer, I turn the diode to the right for maximum position. Okay, everything is good, and now I will press the pass button to check if the laser fire correctly. Okay, I have the laser output. That's great. At last, I will do the sample test or pilot run of the laser. I launch the AudioWorks and input the file. Okay. After the file was selected, I will select the work origin. I press the origin button, and the test will start from this point. Okay, I will close the lid and make sure the lid will trigger the openly switch correctly. You can hear the sound when the lid is closed. You can hear the sound, the click sound. That means the switch was triggered correctly. Okay. I turn the exhaust fan on. And press the start button to start the job.
Thank you. Thank you.
After the job finish, you will hear the DD sound. Okay, and this is the job finish. That's all the content today. This is Mark. Hope you enjoying the video. Thank you very much. Bye bye.